We're live.
Oh my gosh. No, we're not bad.
Go get a YouTube so I can share more.
I see the fun. We all
I got this. You ready to rock and roll?
Okay, everybody take a deep breath. Okay, you gotta be quiet. We're gonna start.
You guys all ready? Phones put up on silent and all that good stuff? There we go. Okay, so the group is ready. We had everybody showed up today?
Hey, Stall's not here.
Oh,
Swear to God.
It's on, it's on YouTube right now. You should,
What is it called?
just tell it. Get right on
all
there.
right, so we're spelling.
Do it, Dave.
And Mr. McCorkle's gone around checking. Okay, morning staff. We'll
Hi
be,
everyone, this spelling bee is now live. Worth a shot. Should be able to find it.
so he's going around checking, making sure everybody's up and going. Okay, right? Okay.
I'm sorry.
Well, it's okay, because okay.
Just go.
All right, good morning and aloha, GRHS. Mr. Anglin with you this morning with the following information concerning our 2022 all-school GRHS Spelling Bee. Welcome again to our annual event. For the sake of our student population and those watching on the World Wide Web, let me, of course, go over the rules and regulations concerning this year's Spelling Bee. Okay. At the end of the bee, there will be a champion, a second place, and a third place finisher. Spellers must be on time, of course, to participate. Everyone is here and ready to go. During the competition, each student will be given a word to spell by the pronouncer. This year's pronouncer will be Mr. McCorkle. So you will be given a word to spell by Mr. McCorkle. The student is expected to say the word, spell the word, and say the word again. The student will not be disqualified if he or she does not pronounce the word before or after spelling it. If the student misspells the word, he, she is out of the competition, except when there are two spellers remaining. The next word on the pronouncer's list is given to the next speller. The speller may ask the pronouncer to repeat the word and define it. If a word has a homonym, the pronouncer will define the word. Having started to spell a word, a speller may stop and start over, retracing the spelling from the beginning. But in retracing, there can be no change of letters or their sequence from those first pronounced. If letters or their sequence are changed in the respelling, the speller is eliminated. The role of the judges is to determine whether the student has spelled the word correctly. The judges' decisions shall be final on all questions. So again, Mr. McCorkle will be your pronouncer, Mrs. Hackler and myself will be the judges. When there are two spellers remaining, the elimination process changes. When one speller misspells a word, the other speller is given the same word to spell. If the second speller spells that word correctly, plus the next word on the pronouncer's list, then that speller is declared the champion. If both spellers misspell the same word, the bee continues with the speller who first misspelled the word being given a new word to spell. If a contestant receives assistance from anyone or anything, he/she will be disqualified. Any questions from our spellers? Well, congratulations on making it to the final round. This is an absolutely phenomenal event. We're just so happy for all of you and anyone, of course, who did participate. Okay, and we're very happy to have you with us again in our final round.
Thank you.
Before we begin the competition, for those in our studio audience, again here throughout school, and those watching on the World Wide Web, we're going to have each student come up and introduce themselves. So what we'd like for you to do is, again, pronounce your name for the audience, and then tell us what grade you are. So again, if I was a speller, I would say Joseph Anglin, grade whatever. Okay, so if you would, one at a time, just come to the podium, again, introduce yourselves, and again, tell us what grade you are. And again, congratulations on making it this far.
I'm Gentry Howard, and I'm a senior.
I'm Katie Alexander, sophomore.
I'm Jeremy Clark, and I'm a senior.
I'm William Sons, and I'm a senior.
I'm Dayton Grant, and I am a senior. Christopher Clippinger, and I'm a senior.
I'm Jackson Forrest, and I'm a freshman.
I'm Grace Weiss, and I'm a senior.
I'm Aaron McCoy, and I'm a junior.
I'm Tanner Steele, and I'm a junior.
Oh, God.
I'm Cameron Stanley, and I'm a junior.
I'm Colby Rexamore, and I'm a junior.
Gavin Toth, sophomore. I'm Silas Shirley, I'm a freshman.
I'm Skylar Rutter, and I'm a freshman. I'm Alex Rutter, and I'm a junior. I'm Sarah Chinshank, and I'm a freshman.
I'm Julia Cabrera, and I'm a freshman.
I'm Jordan Hogan, and I'm a senior. I'm Katie Mindy, and I'm a senior. I'm Caleb Holycross, and I'm a freshman. Jace Mina, 12th grade.
I'm Gracie Miller, and I'm a senior.
Big round of applause for everybody.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay,
Okay,
so we're ready to go?
yeah.
Okay. All right, with those introductions, we're gonna go ahead and begin our 2022 GRHS All School Spelling Bee. We know Mr. McCorkle is making rounds, making sure every classroom has the ability to view and listen to today's presentation. He'll be with us shortly. Until Mr. McCorkle's return, we're going to begin our presentation and our spelling bee with Mrs. Hackler being your pronouncer to begin with until Mr. McCorkle makes his return. Okay. So once again, any questions from the audience of the 21 spellers? Okay.
Well, we might, since it's between classes.
Yeah, we're going to wait for the passing period, and then as soon as the second hour begins, then we'll begin our spelling bee. Okay.
Yeah, we all have to spell very loudly, because if you don't, people will say, we couldn't hear like part of it, and so make sure you.
And we need to be able to hear. Okay.
Does anybody need to go to the restroom?
Give us a test, hello.
Say that again.
Could you give us a demonstration, hello?
Like
Sure.
this.
Yeah.
Just like I was doing, you know. Okay.
What do you mean,
All right, Mr. McCorkle.
Other issues?
You're beautiful. You have that nice face voice for you. Okay.
Oh. Are you kidding me? Together, okay? You can actually put a snap on.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's now time to begin our 2022 GRHS All School Spelling Bee. Best of luck to everyone. And again, thanks to everyone for joining us here in school and on the World Wide Web.
First speller. So as soon as Gentry gets done, the second one will automatically come up. Just rotate, we won't call you up.
Gentry, your word is dime. A coin of the United States first issued in 1796 and worth 1/10 of a dollar.
Dime, D-I-M-E.
Correct.
Your word is mint. A soft or hard confection flavored with peppermint or spearmint and often served after dinner.
Mint. M-I-N-T. Mint.
Correct.
Your word is hope. To desire with expectation or with belief.
Hope, H-O-P-E.
Correct.
Your word is burn, to be on fire.
Burn. B-U-R-N.
Correct.
Your word is mask, a cover or partial cover for the face, usually made of cloth with openings for the eyes.
Mask. M-A-S-K.
Correct.
Christopher, your word is kite, a device consisting of a light material stretched over a light, often diamond-shaped framework intended to be flown in the air at the end of the long string.
Kite. K-I-T-E. Kite.
Correct.
Your word is tape, a narrow strip of natural or artificial fibers coated on one side with an adhesive mixture and used for many purposes.
Tape. T-A-P-E.
Correct.
Your word is silly, lacking importance or serious meaning, trivial, trifling, frivolous.
Silly. S-I-L-L-Y.
Correct.
Silly.
Your word is grade, one of the levels of an elementary or secondary school course that usually represents a year's work.
Grade. G-R-A-D-E. Grade.
Remember to spell loudly.
Your word is lace, a fine fabric with a ground of net on which patterns may be worked and which is made of thread by looping, twisting, or knotting.
Lace. L-A-C-E. Lace.
Correct.
Your word is sank, became submerged, went to the bottom, submerged.
Sank. S-A-N-K. Sank.
Correct.
Your word is acorn, the nut of the oak tree, usually seated on or in or surrounded by a hard, woody, cup-shaped structure.
Acorn. A-C-O-R-N.
Correct.
Gavin, your word is lung, one of the usually two organs that constitute the basic respiratory organ or air-breathing vertebrates.
Lung. L-U-N-G.
Silas, your word is beat, to mix together by means of repeated, strong turning or stirring.
Beat. B-E-A-T. Beat.
Skyly, your word is snore, to breathe during sleep with a rough, hoarse noise due to vibration of the uvula and the soft palate.
Snore. S-N-O-R-E. Snore.
Good job.
Your word is grass, green herbage that affords food for grazing animals and that usually consists predominantly of narrow-leaved plants, often intermixed with herbs.
Grass. G-R-A-S-S.
Correct.
Your word is never, not ever, at no time.
Never. N-E-V-E-R. Never.
Correct.
Your word is sleep, to rest in the natural suspension of consciousness during which the powers of the body are restored.
Sleep. S-L-E-E-P.
Correct.
Your word is punch, a beverage composed of fruit juices and other non-alcoholic liquids, as tea, ginger ale, and usually served cold.
Punch. Punch. Punch.
Good job.
Your word is lamp, a light-giving device.
Lamp. L-A-M-P. Lamp.
Correct. Very exciting. You spelled that word right.
Your word is globe, a round ball that has a map of the Earth drawn on it and that is usually set so as to be rotatable at an angle corresponding to the inclination of the Earth's axis.
Globe. G-L-O-B-E.
Good for princess. Yes,
We have with us today 2 guest spellers to begin with, our king and queen of the prom. Well, and we allow them to introduce themselves, and they will be guest spelling today. Okay. First, introduce yourself again.
I'm Tracy Miller.
Jay Spina.
You guys have a special word. Your word is 16. They're using a whiteboard for this. You guys need to talk about it.
Kind of like Jeopardy. They get to, kind of like Jeopardy. They get to write it down.
Yeah.
Draw 6.
You want to show us your answer?
Should I write it bigger?
Is it small?
It's pretty small.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
right, bigger.
We ready?
Yeah, we're ready. All right.
One B, 16.
There we go. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Okay. You guys did excellent on the first round. Get that underneath your belt. So everybody, let's go on for the second round.
Oh my gosh.
Gentry, your word is always, on every occasion, at all times.
Always. A L W A Y S.
Correct.
Your word is thank, to express gratitude to.
T-H-A-N-K.
Good job.
Your word is moose, a large mammal that inhabits forested parts of Canada and the northern United States. It stands about 7 feet high at the shoulders and has long legs, a short tail, a large head, and antlers with many points.
Moose. M-O-U-S-E.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
How do you spell it? You spell it.
It's okay. You did awesome.
You are amazing.
The correct way.
The correct spelling of moose is M-O-O-S-E.
Have a seat.
Leighton, your word is count, to separate one by one to find the total number of units, number, or tally.
Count. C-O-U-N-T.
Dayton, your word is foxes, any of various mammals related to the wolves but smaller, with shorter legs, more pointed muzzles, large erect ears, and long bushy tails.
Wait, could you say that again?
Foxes.
Foxes.
Yes.
F-O-X-E-S. Foxes.
Correct.
Christopher, your word is tooth. One of the hard, bony appendages that are on the jaws and that serve especially for the taking hold and chewing of food.
Tooth. Tooth. Tooth.
Correct.
Your word is north. The direction to the left of one facing east and opposite to south.
North. North.
Correct.
Your word is tower. A building or structure designed primarily for elevation that is higher than its diameter and high relative to its surroundings.
Tower. TOWER. Tower.
Your word is dinner. The principal meal of the day, eaten in the evening.
Dinner. D-I-N-N-E-R. Dinner.
Correct. Make sure you spell loudly.
Your word is number. An arithmetical total, sum of the units involved.
Numbers. N-U-M-B-E-R. Number.
Your word is slower, moving, flowing, or proceeding without rapidity or at less than the usual speed.
Slower. SLOWER. Slower.
Correct.
Your word is morning, the early hours of light, the time from rising to noon.
Morning. M-O-R-N-I-N-G.
Correct.
Your word is pillow, a sack made typically of cloth and filled with a soft material used to support the head of a person resting or sleeping.
Pillow. P-I-L-L-O-W.
Good job.
Silas, your word is myself, that identical one that is.
Myself. M-Y-S-E-L-F. Myself.
Correct.
Your word is both, being the two, involving the one and the other.
Both. B-O-T-H.
Correct.
Your word is icon, a graphic symbol on a computer display screen that usually suggests the type of object represented or the purpose of an available function.
Icon. I-C-O-N.
Correct.
Your word is link, to connect by or as if by a connecting element.
Link. L-I-N-K.
Correct.
Your word is poor, one that has little money, usually used collectively.
Poor. P-O-O-R.
Correct.
Poor.
Your word is grim, stern or forbidding in action or appearance.
Grim. G-R-I-M. Grim.
Correct.
Your word is cowboy, a distinctively dressed horseman tending large herds of beef and cattle.
Cowboy. C-O-W-B-O-Y.
Correct.
Your word is taco, a sandwich made of a tortilla rolled up with or folded over a filling and usually fried.
Taco. T-A-C-O. Taco.
Marshall. Our guest speller's word for this round is velociraptor, a dinosaur having a long head with a flat snout and a large sickle-shaped claw on the second toe of each foot.
You need that repeated?
You can- you can prefer-
Maybe you guys concur with that one. You sure you don't want him to repeat it?
I think we got it.
Think you got it?
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna hold it up and spell it for us, please.
Pronounce it.
Velociraptor.
Can you spell it for us? Or why we,
V-E-L-O-C-I-R-A-P-T-O-R.
good job,
Very nice.
Cool. Okay, top, gentry.
Gentry, your word is hotel, a building of many rooms, chiefly for overnight accommodation.
Hotel. H-O-T-E.
Correct.
Your word is penny, a cent of the United States or Canada.
Penny. P-E-N-N-Y. Penny.
Correct.
Your word is Mr. Sir, used in direct address and not followed by the given name or surname of the man addressed.
Mr. M-I-S-T-E-R.
Correct.
Your word is brew, to prepare as a drink or other liquid by infusion, especially in hot water.
Brew. B-R-E-W. Brew.
Real loud.
Your word is alarm, a device that warns or signals by means of a noise or visual effect.
Alarm. A-L-A-R-M. Alarm.
Correct.
Your word is pulp, the soft, succulent part of fruit.
Pulp. P-U-L-P.
Correct.
Your word is soggy, saturated or heavy with water or moisture. Waterlogged, soaked.
Soggy. S-O-G-G-Y. Soggy.
Correct.
Your word is popcorn, the burst open form of a variety of corn that, on exposure to dry heat, forms a white, starchy mass many times the size of the original kernel.
Popcorn. P-O-P-C-O-R-N. Popcorn.
Your word is crane, any of a small group of tall, wading birds resembling the herons but more closely related to rails.
Crane. C-R-A-N-E.
Your word is bacon. A side of a pig after removal of spare ribs and after being cured dry or in pickle and smoked.
Bacon. B-A-C-O-N. Bacon. Correct.
Colby, your word is crime. Conduct in violation of the law.
Crime. C-R-I-M-E. Crime.
Your word is hobby. Any favorite pursuit or interest.
Hobby. H-O-B-B-Y.
Surprise.
Your word is given. Conferred the ownership of without receiving a return, made a present of.
Given. G-I-V-E-N. Given.
Correct.
Your word is shark. Any of numerous fishes that are usually of medium or large size, including the largest existing fishes, that may be active, voracious, and rapacious predators of or sluggish bottom dwellers feeding chiefly on mollusks.
Shark. S-H-A-R-K. Shark.
Your word is dislike. A feeling of positive aversion as to something unpleasant, uncongenial, or offensive. Displeasure.
Dislike. D-I-S-L-I-K-E.
Your word is shout. To speak in a loud voice.
Shout. S-H-O-U-T. Shout.
Correct. Sorry.
Good job.
Julia, your word is doctor. A practitioner of medicine, dentistry, or veterinary sciences.
D-O-C-T-O-R.
Correct.
Jordan, your word is shadow. The image made by an obscured space on a surface that cuts across it, usually representing in silhouette the form of the interposed thought.
Shadow. S-H-A-D-O-W. Shadow.
Okay, your word is behind. In a secondary or inferior position.
Behind. B-E-H-I-N-D. Behind.
Your word is prize. An honor or reward striven for in a competitive contest.
Prize. P-R-I-Z-E.
Okay. Anybody need to go to the bathroom? Okay, we're gonna notch it up. We're gonna notch it up. So, okay, we got you going. Oh, yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
Anybody else want to know And they're like, it's that, I may want to put it on the website and I have a thing that's the last on your activity. So I heard it.
So you.
Take your mascara off.
Take my mascara off. You want one? I'll talk about that.
In class, Maddox.
Maddox, go.
He's not Maddox.
Let me, when you're going to get you. You need
Let me say something. She might subscribe. Oh yeah, what's that?
You know,
I got it better.
Okay, as we get ready to begin our next round to our contestants, and again, those of you watching on the web, we've had some success with the earlier rounds. Congratulations. But now the level of difficulty will increase. We're going to ratchet it up just a little bit, and you'll notice the word becoming a little bit more challenging for you. Okay, so again, congratulations so far. But again, to the contestants and those of you watching, the words will now increase in difficulty. Okay, congratulations.
I think the Prince and Princess are gonna come up first.
Yeah. Yes, speller. Please.
Yes, spellers.
And before we begin the next round, we'll have our guest spellers one more time. Gracie and Jace will come up.
Your word is house. This is taking 2 number. Awesome.
That's a hard word. You got that right.
Okay, Gentry.
Your word is groove. A fixed routine, habit, custom, practice.
Groove. GROOVE.
Your word is cactus. Any of a family of plants that are characterized chiefly by fleshy stems and branches on which the foliage leaves are usually replaced by spines, scales, or hairs.
Cactus. CACTUS. Cactus.
Correct.
Your word is violin. A bowed stringed musical instrument having 4 strings, a shallow body, and a curved bridge.
Violin. VIOLIN.
Correct.
Your word is birthday. An An anniversary of being born.
Birthday. birthday. Birthday.
Correct.
Christopher, your word is chalk. The prepared form as for filler or for mixed marking or drawing purposes of a soft, friable limestone of marine origin, earthly in texture and light gray or buff in color.
Chalk. CHALK. Chalk.
Correct.
Your word is royal, of, relating to, owned by, or subject to the jurisdiction of the crown.
ROYAL.
Correct.
Your word is selfish, seeking or concentrating on one's own advantage, pleasure, or well-being without regard for others.
Selfish. SELFISH.
Correct.
Your word is misery, a state of great unhappiness and emotional distress.
Misery. MISERY. Misery.
Correct.
Your word is deputy, a second in command or an assistant who usually takes charge when a superior is absent.
Deputy. DEPUTY. Deputy.
Your word is turnip, either of two biennial herbs having thick edible roots eaten as a vegetable or used for feeding stock.
Turnip. TURNIP.
Correct.
Your word is energy, the capacity of acting, operating, or producing an effect, inherent power.
Energy. ENERGY.
Good job, yes.
Your word is really, an actual fact, actually.
Really. RELLY. I mispronounced that. There's an A in there
That's
somewhere.
incorrect.
Sorry.
The correct spelling is REALLY.
It's okay, Gavin.
Silas, your word is fence, a structure of posts and boards, wire, pickets, or rails commonly used as an enclosure for a field or yard.
Fence. FENCE. Fence.
Your word is lasso, a rope or long thong or of leather with a running noose that is used especially for catching horses and cattle.
Lasso. LASSO.
Correct.
Your word is pouch, a sack or satchel of moderate size for storing or transporting goods.
Pouch. POUCH.
Correct.
Your word is saying, a commonly repeated statement, adage, or proverb.
Saying. SAYING. Saying.
Wonderful, thank you. Your word is wildlife, living things that are neither human nor domesticated.
Wildlife. WILDLIFE.
Correct.
Well,
Your word is market, a public place where people meet together at a stated time and place for the purpose of traffic by private purchase and sale.
Market. MARKET. Market.
Correct.
Your word is pastel. Pale and light in color, lacking in brilliance or intensity.
Pastel. Pastel.
Correct.
Your word is grace. The pleasing equality associated with a special and refined fitness of proportion combined with an ease and beauty of movement, action, line, or expression.
Grace. GRACE.
Correct. Our guest spellers.
Our guest spellers, the prom king and queen,
Your word is graduation. Graduation. You have it?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, page 15.
Yay!
Amazing. Good job.
mark your calendars.
Calendar, everybody.
Praise the root.
Okay.
All right.
Gentry. Quincy, round 4? Round 5.
Your word is barge. A roomy, usually flat-bottomed boat used principally in harbors or inland waterways for the transport of goods and sometimes passengers, and usually propelled by towing.
Can you repeat it again?
Barge.
Barge. BARGE.
Correct.
Wonderful. Your word is comma. A punctuation mark, used especially as a mark of separation within the sentence, generally indicating a slight pause.
Comma, C-O-M.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. The correct spelling of comma is C-O-M-M-A. Your word is honor. Outward respect or admiration, recognition, deference.
Honor. H-O-N-O-R.
Correct.
Your word is princely, resembling or having the characteristics of a male member of a royal family, stately, noble.
Could you repeat that, please?
Princely.
P-R-I-N-C-L-Y.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. The correct spelling is P-R-I-N-C-E-L-Y. Christopher, your word is inch. Move slowly or in little increments.
Inched. I-N-C-H-E-D.
Correct.
Your word is cursive. Of writing flowing often with the strokes of successive characters joined and the angles rounded.
Cursive. C-U-R-S-I-V-E. Cursive.
Correct. Your word is foray, a raid or brief invasion. Absolutely. Foray.
Foray. F-O-R-A-Y. Correct.
Yes.
That was a guess. That was close.
Your word is member, one of the individuals composing a society, community, association, or other group.
Member. M-E-M-B-E-R.
Correct.
Your word is shortfall, deficit, or shortage.
Shortfall.
SHORTFALL. Shortfall.
Cameron, your word is empower. Give abilities to enable.
Empower. EMPOWER.
Correct.
Your word is mortal. Destructive to life, causing or capable of causing death.
Mortal. MORTAL.
Correct.
Your word is software. The entire set of programs, procedures, and related documentation associated with a system, and especially a computer system, specifically computer programs.
Software. SOFTWARE. Software.
Correct.
Your word is owner. One that has or holds as property or privilege.
Owner. OWNER.
Correct.
Correct. Your word is 19, being one more than 18 in number.
19. NINETEEN.
Correct.
Your word is transform, to change completely or essentially in composition or structure. Metamorphosis.
Transform. TRANSFORM. Transform.
Correct.
Your word is minority, the smaller in number of two groups that together constitute a larger entity.
Minority. MINORITY.
Correct.
Your word is arrow, a weapon shot from a bow that consists of a straight, slender shaft with a point or sharp head and feathers or veins fastened near the end.
Arrow. ARROW. Arrow.
Correct.
Your word is detective, a plainclothes police officer.
Detective. DETECTIVE.
Correct.
Your word is publish, to release a product of creative work for public distribution or sale, usually with the consent of the copyright holder.
Publish. PUBLISH.
Correct.
Yeah, GRHS Spelling Bee. King and queen, everybody.
Yeah.
Your word today is cat.
Looks good.
I think so. I think it's.
Yeah.
Yay! Good job.
You guys are rocking. That was hard.
Yeah. It's okay. All right, Gentry. Oh, sorry. Your word is infant, a child in the first year of life.
Infant. INFANT.
Correct.
Your word is flung through, especially with force, violence, recklessness, or abandon.
Flung. FLUNG.
Correct.
Your word is dictate, to direct forcefully or irresistibly.
Dictate. DICTATE. Dictate.
Great.
Your word is payment, something given to discharge a debt or obligation or to fulfill a promise.
Payment. PAYMENT.
Correct.
Your word is composer, a person who writes music.
Composer. COMPOSER.
Correct.
Your word is divine, supremely good or admirable. Divine.
DIVINE.
Correct.
Your word is confess, to tell or make known something private or hidden. Admit, acknowledge.
Confess. CONFESS. Confess.
Correct.
Your word is insight, clear and immediate understanding.
Insight. INSIGHT. Insight.
Correct.
Your word is shrimp, any of numerous relatively small crustaceans having a slender elongated body and an abdomen that is compressed on the sides and long legs.
Shrimp. SHRIMP.
Correct.
Your word is predict, to make an inference regarding a future event based on probability theory, prophesy.
Predict. PREDICT. Predict.
Correct.
Your word is chimney, a vertical structure incorporated into a building and enclosing a flue that carries off smoke, fumes, or gases.
Chimney. CHINNEY.
Correct.
Your word is scorpion, any of numerous arachnids or warm and tropical regions with an elongated body with a segmented tail with a venomous sting at the tip.
Scorpion. SCORPION.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. You added an I. The correct spelling is SCORPION. Your word is property, something that is or may be owned or possessed, specifically a piece of real estate.
Property. PROPERTY.
Correct.
Your word is lumberjack, one who is engaged in the action or business of logging.
Lumberjack. LUMBERJACK. Lumberjack.
Your word is million, a very large, indefinitely great number.
Can you repeat?
Million.
Million. MILLION. Million.
Correct.
Your word is gradual, moving or developing by slight or often imperceptible changes.
Gradual. G-R-A-D-U-A-L.
Correct.
Your word is hankering, a strong desire, a great yearning.
Hankering. H-A-N-K-E-R-I-N-G.
Correct.
Your word is McCorkle.
No, I'm so serious.
Use the whiteboard. Confirm. Confirm. You guys, we're gonna call you back to go and go to classes. If you're out, you go to the next class. And we're gonna call you back for pictures.
How have you guys been out there?
You know any tricks?
Hmm?
You know any jokes?
Jokes?
Tell you, you walk on that.
My things are falling off, honestly.
What was our joke yesterday?
What's a hiker's favorite drink?
Oh, I don't know.
Mountain Dew.
Hold on, my laughing happy.
You got your laughing tappy have jokes on it?
What type of data has a band?
So, hey, repeat that for the audience.
What type of data has a band?
What type of data has a band?
Gigabyte.
A gigabyte.
Why did she do have two doors?
I don't know.
Because if it had a door, it'd be a chicken sedan.
Here, I'll tell you a joke. It's triangle.
Yes. Who was it? Is that you, Gentry? Who said Mr.
That's not me.
Was that the joke? That was the joke.
Oh.
That's not funny.
Okay.
That's just
Shh. It's okay.
We're on TV, no one about
You guys have your answer.
I believe so. Yes,
What
ma'am.
was the question? Oh.
It was me, McCorkle.
So once again, for our audience, they were asked to spell McCorkle. And after confirming, they came up with this response.
Mhm.
Oh.
Teacher
boss man.
Teacher boss man.
Teacher boss man.
It's
We
McCorkle.
all
Right here.
All right. Yay! Are we out? Is number 2 and 3 out?
Up there, difficulty by a lot.
Yeah, it
Okay,
seems
these
like,
are-
we gotta start going through people.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
Yeah. Be careful what you wish for. Even if we all get out on this round, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. It's okay.
Are you ready? Your word is thawed. Became free of stiffness, hardness, numbness, ice, or other effect, or cold as a result of being warm.
Thawed. THAWED.
Good.
Wonderful. Your word is piracy. Robbery on the high seas. Piracy.
Piracy. PIRICY.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. The correct spelling is PIRACY. Your word is alpha. Socially dominant, especially in a group of animals.
Alpha. ALPHA. Alpha.
Correct.
Your word is stubble. A short growth of beard.
Stubble. STUBBLE.
Correct.
Correct. Your word is podium. A raised platform or pedestal.
Podium. PODUIM.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. The correct spelling is PODIUM. Your word is introverted, marked by a habitual tendency toward being predominantly concerned with one's own thoughts and feelings.
Introverted. INTROVERT.
Correct. Your word is domain, a large subdivision of the internet consisting of computers or sites with a common purpose or a common geographic location and denoted in internet addresses by an abbreviation.
Domain. DOMAIN. Domain.
Correct.
Your word is uppity, marked by airs of superiority.
Uppity. UPPITY.
Correct.
Your word is historical, true to past events, accurate in respect to past events.
Historical. HISTORICAL. Historical.
Correct.
Your word is swagger. Conduct oneself in an arrogant manner, especially walk with an air of overbearing self-confidence.
Swagger. SWAGGER. Swagger.
Correct. Your word is attitude, a disposition that is primarily grounded in affect and emotion and is expressive of opinions rather than belief.
Attitude. ATTITUDE.
Correct.
Who's up? Hurry up. Make sure we go fast.
Your word is eternity, a totality or infinite time.
Eternity. ETERNITY.
Correct.
Eternity.
Your word is humorous, A writer specializing in or noted for the quality of his or her comedy or ability to amuse.
Humorous. HUMOROUS.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. It is HUMORIST. Your word is sketch. To draw or paint a rough drawing representing an object or scene and often made as a preliminary step.
Sketch. SKETCH. Sketch.
Correct. Your word is awash, marked by an abundance, full, overflowing.
Say it again, please.
Awash.
AWASH.
Correct. Your word is foul, committed an infringement on the rules in a game or sport, for which a penalty was levied against the offending person or team.
Fouled. FOULED.
Correct.
Your word is America. Please illustrate that. Please illustrate the drawing, please.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't have all the stars and stripes.
It's okay. It's good.
Close, close.
Round, what round is this? Round
Like seven.
a lot. I think it's
Your word is elude, to avoid slyly or adroitly, as by artifice, stratagem, or dexterity. Evade.
Elude. ELUDE.
correct.
Your word is merge, to cause, to combine, or unite.
Merge. MERGE. Merge.
Correct.
Your word is Gorgon, one resembling one of three sisters in Greek mythology, having snake-entwined hair and glaring eyes capable of turning the beholder to stone.
Gorgon. GORGON.
Correct.
Wonderful.
Good job.
Your word is legacy, something coming from the past, as from an age, event, or policy. Legacy.
OEGACY.
Correct.
Next time Eric can speak a little bit.
Your word is obsidian, volcanic glass that is generally black and has a bright luster.
Obsidian. OBSIDIAN. Obsidian.
Your word is gangster, a member of a gang or criminal.
Gangster. GANGSTER.
Correct.
Yeah, that's me.
Your word is basically, fundamentally, essentially.
Basically, BASICALLY.
Correct.
Good job.
Your word is presence, the state of being in one place and not elsewhere, the fact of being in company, attendance, or association.
Presence. PRESENCE.
Correct. Your word is launch, to originate or set in motion, put into operation, Initiate, introduce.
Launch. Launch.
Correct.
Your word is inviolable, highly desirable.
You.
Inviolable.
INVIABLE.
No, she said
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. The correct spelling is ENVIABLE. Jordan, your word is entrance, the means or place for physical entering as a door, gate, or passage.
Entrance. ENTRANCE. Entrance.
Correct. King, your word is joust, to fight on horseback as a knight or a man at arms.
Joust. JOUST.
Correct.
Your word is bombard, to attack vigorously or persistently, as with questions or petitions.
Bombard. BOMBARD.
Correct.
Spell dog.
Okay.
Are our judges ready?
I am.
And you are.
Awesome.
Yes.
Good job.
Gentry, your word is pliant, flexible, workable. Pliant.
Pliant. PLIANT.
Awesome sauce.
Your word is kinsman, a person from the same family, a relative.
Kinsman. KINSMAN.
Correct.
Your word is astonish, to surprise greatly, amaze.
Astonish. ASTONISH.
Correct.
Correct. Your word is forbidden, not allowed, not permitted, prohibited.
Forbidden. FORBIDDEN.
Correct.
Correct. Your word is infamous, having a reputation of the worst kind, notorious as being of vicious, contemptible, or criminal character.
Infamous. INFAMOUS.
Correct. Your word is talisman, an object thought to act as a charm to avert evil and bring good fortune.
Talisman. TALISMAN.
Correct. Your word is hydra, a many-sided problem or obstacle that presents new difficulties each time one aspect of it is solved or overcome.
Can you repeat that?
Hydra.
HYDRA.
Correct. Your word is genetic, of relating to, produced by, or being one of the elements of the germplasm serving as specific transmitters or hereditary characteristics.
Genetic. Genetic. Genetic.
Correct.
Your word is turmoil, an utterly confused, extremely agitated, or tumultuous state or condition.
Turmoil. Turmoil.
Correct. Your word is infringe, to neglect, to fulfill or obey, violate.
Infringe. INFRINGE.
Correct. Your word is consternation, grievous exasperation or distraction.
Say that again, please.
Consternation.
CONSTIRNATION.
Very, very close. It is CONSTER. Good job, Kate. Your word is disarray, a lack of order or sequence.
Disarray. DISARRAY.
Correct. Next we have our king and queen.
Your word is the word dessert. Dessert.
I believe we are ready.
Dessert.
Ooh,
Awesome.
very
Very right. Very good job. Great job.
Are you gonna add some sprinkles?
Sprinkles are good.
Beautiful.
Good job. Thank you. Gentry, you ready?
Gentry, your word is incentive, something as fear or hope or reward that constitutes a motive or stimulus.
Incentive. INCENTIVE.
Correct.
Your word is freight, something that is loaded for transportation, cargo.
Freight. FREIGHT.
Correct.
Your word is pontiff, a high priest of or chief religious figure.
Repeat that.
Pontiff.
Okay. PAUNTIFF.
I'm so sorry.
Good try.
Very, very close. It's not an AU, it's an O. So the correct spelling is PONTIFF.
Good try.
Oh, he's up there. I'm not ready. Your word is dissemble, to conceal facts, motives, intentions, or feelings under some pretense. Dissemble.
Did you say dissemble or dissemble?
Dissemble.
Real loud here.
DISENBLE.
Sorry, that is incorrect. You missed an S. The correct spelling is DISSEMBLE. Your word is agitation. Mental excitement or emotional perturbation, a tremulous and disturbed state.
Agitation. AGITATION.
Correct.
Good job.
Your word is expunge. To obliterate a material, record, or trace by any means. Expunge.
Okay, expunge. EXPONGE.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. It is EXPU. Yes. Your word is duplicity. Deception by pretending to entertain one set of feelings and acting under the influence of another.
Duplicity. DUPLICITY.
Correct.
Correct. Silas, your word is qualms. Sudden misgivings or faint-heartedness.
Qualms. QUALMS.
Correct.
Your word is wattage. Amount of power expressed in 1/746 of a horsepower. That's an extremely strange.
WATTAGE.
Correct. Your word is correlation. The presentation of phenomena as invariable accompaniments of each other, whether casually connected or not.
Can you spell it for me?
No.
Yeah.
Correlation.
Can you repeat it?
Correlation.
Oh. CORRELATION.
Very good. Your word is vivacious, lively in temper or conduct, sprightly.
Vivacious. VIVACIOUS.
Very
Correct.
good. Yeah, it's good. Great. Okay, we're gonna take this.
This will be our break.
We'll come out. We'll do that when we're doing it.
Bill's about to ring in like
1 minute.
You guys can go if you want to.
With our bell about to ring, we're gonna take a break and we'll be back. Okay, if you missed the word, you can go ahead and go to your next class.
Yeah.
Okay, if you missed the word, go ahead and go to your next class. We'll call you back for pictures, okay? That's the end of fourth hour. Okay. How about go to the meetings or go to the guidance?
Yeah, you can go if you want to. Yeah. Candy,
Let me speak to my friends and family real quick.
Okay. Do you know any songs?
Any songs? I have my own songs.
Okay, sing it.
Nah.
We're not.
Hello everyone. The King's Timeth is over, so love you guys, and it's time for me to go.
Pretty good, mister. Pretty good. Get to that, thank you, sir. Some wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Get it done.
That one has a peanut section.
It's fine, thank you.
Oh, V-I-V-A. What I was confused. I have that.
Thanks. So that'll be on the big website.
How many people are left? Like 8.
Eight.
Somewhere around
But
there.
the words are gonna get really hard now, guys. They're already hard. Everybody need water, need some candy?
Vegetation, not like.
I'm just afraid I'm gonna have like an invasive thought and say I took completely wrong letters.
Yeah, it's like there's, I'm worried that he's gonna say a word in his description, and then I'm gonna be like, okay, so I spelled that word, not the original word. And there's a correlation somehow. Yeah, I thought it was humorous. Yeah, it's just upsetting.
Two girls and 6 boys.
They were seeking to
Two girls and 6 boys. So we have
8, 9,
seniors, 2 juniors, freshmen, 3 seniors.
There's 3 freshmen.
Oh, I think. That's why. Hey, I got something here.
Not here. Okay, that's all I got. All I know is it's not there anymore.
So one of these guys will be the $100 winner, we're down to 8.
$100 bill. And on 15.
150 and 25.
$150 and 25. That's just the cash. Give everybody back.
I can listen.
You started with 22 spellers. We're now down to the final 8. 8 spellers remain as we continue with our GRHS All-School Spelling Bee. Everybody ready? Okay, 8 spellers remaining.
Gentry, your word is equinox. Either of the 2 times each year when the sun crosses the equator and day and night are everywhere of equal length, being March 21st and September 23rd.
Equinox. E-Q-U-I-N-O-X.
Correct.
Your word is grouse. To complain, typically with sustained grumbling.
Grouse. G-R-O-U-S-E.
Correct. Your word is diadem. A crown, specifically an ornamental headband worn, as by Eastern monarchs, as a badge of royalty.
Diadem.
Diadem, yes.
D-I-O-D-E-N.
Almost.
Almost. It is D-I-A.
D-I. Oh.
Good job, Tanner.
Your word is aura. Distinctive appearance or impression.
Repeat that.
Aura.
O-U-R-A.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. It's A-U-R. Your word is lucrative, producing wealth, money-making, profitable.
Lucrative. L-U-C-R-A-T-I-V-E.
Correct. Your word is famished, deprived of food, starved.
Famished. F-A-M-I-S-H-E-D.
Correct. Your word is derivative, made up of or marked by elements or qualities taken or received from something else, lacking originality.
Derivative. D. E. R-I-V-A-T-I-V-E.
Says incorrect. You missed the E. D-E-R-I-V-A-T-I-V-E.
Good job.
Your word is verdure, fresh and green growing vegetation. Verdure.
Repeat the word.
Verdure.
Verdure.
Yes, sir.
V-E-R-D-E-R.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
Okay.
It is V-E-R-D-U-R-E.
We have 4 spellers remaining. Again, we started with 22. We have 4 spellers remaining. You guys are ready to go back.
So excited as well.
Sorry. Gentry, your word is betrothal, to act or promising in marriage.
Will you repeat that? please?
Betrothal.
Betrothal. B-E-T-R-O-V-E-L.
Sorry, that is incorrect. The correct spelling is B-E-T-R-O-T-H-A-L. Christopher, your word is insinuate, impart or communicate with artful, indirect wording or oblique reference, hint, imply.
Insinuate. I-N-S-E-N-U-A-T-E.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. The correct spelling is I-N-S-I-N-U-A-T-E.
Don't leave, guys.
Silas, your word is travesty, literary or artistic imitation, usually grotesquely incongruous in style, treatment, or subject matter parody.
Travesty. T-R-A-V-E-S-T-Y. E-S-T-Y, travesty.
Correct.
Oh, man.
We have two. We're not two.
Yeah. As soon as she spells it, if she doesn't spell it right, then he has to actually spell it.
All right. Your word is propulsion, the action or process of driving forward or ahead.
Propulsion. P-R-O. Wait, is there a restart?
Yes, you can begin your wording,
You can't change.
but you can't.
I know, I
letters.
can't. Okay, restart. Propulsion. P-R-E-P-U-L-T-I-O-N.
Sorry, that is incorrect.
Okay, so we had 3 people go out the same round, so we're gonna have to figure out this word, you know what I mean?
So,
Silas, you need to come up to spell a word to be the champion.
We're number 2.
Oh, you have to spell propulsion, yeah.
All right. So now, Silas, what you need to do in order to win is spell her word correctly and then spell a new word. Your word, her word repeated for you is propulsion, the action or process of driving forward or ahead.
P-R... P-R-O-P-U-L-S-I-O-N, propulsion.
That's correct.
Okay, now.
Silas is our final speller at the time being, and Silas has correctly spelled the previous word. If he spells the next word on the list correctly, then Silas will be crowned our champion. So again, Silas, the podium is yours.
All right, Silas. Your word is emblazoned, set off conspicuously as by rich or brilliant decoration.
Emblazoned. E-N-B-L-A-Z-O-N-E-D.
Correct.
Correct.
Congratulations. All right,
Yeah, he got it.
Jeopardy, what do you think? Yay.
Just say we have an issue with the three-way down.
Let's start right here.
Okay, so for the first time in our GRHS Spelling Bee, we have a tie for second and third places. So Silas is our champion. So we need to decide second, third, fourth, etc. So we're going to bring our 3 spellers. They'll return to the podium and have a spell off to decide who finishes in second, third, and fourth. Again, they are spelling for medallions, cash prizes, etc. Okay, so again, this spell off is for second, third, and fourth.
All right, Gentry, here we go. Your word is torsion, the act of turning or twisting, the state of being twisted.
Can you repeat it?
Torsion.
Okay. Torsion. T-O-U-R Island.
Sorry, that is incorrect.
Good try though. Delete though.
Everyone else. Your word is bountiful, abundant, plentiful.
Bountiful. Bountiful.
Correct. Your word is affluent, having an abundance of goods or riches, wealthy,
Can you repeat that?
affluent.
AFLUENT.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
Okay, so Christopher second.
Christopher, you take second.
Okay, so let's go these here.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Can she go first this time?
yeah, it's okay. Okay, Gentry, this is for third place. Okay,
Are you ready? All right. Your word is corduroy, a cut pile fabric with vertical ribs or wales, usually made of cotton.
Corduroy. C O R D It's weird. What do I have so far?
CORT.
RE.
Sorry, that is incorrect.
I have words. This never spell it. This never spell it back because we can give the same word for us.
All right. Now you must spell gentry for it correctly, and then you're out.
Okay.
The word is corduroy.
Corduroy. C O R D O R O U Y.
Sorry, that is incorrect. The correct spelling is CORDUROY. Gentry. Your word is exorcism.
Oh, okay.
The act or practice of driving out or driving away an evil spirit, especially by use of a holy name or magic rites.
Exorcism. E X O R I C I S M.
Sorry, that is incorrect. You added an I.
I'm gonna cry.
All right. Your word is exorcism.
Okay. Exorcism. E X O R C I S M.
Correct. Now she has to spell a little more.
But
Yes.
you just told me that I added an I. So
Yeah, you
she-
added an I before the C.
Yeah.
Okay, but she would know how to spell it.
Oh. I guess that's right. I'm sorry. I messed up.
Okay,
Okay.
Gentry, come back up.
Gentry, come back up.
What the heck?
I'm sorry. Good job.
Yeah. Got told how to spell the word.
Let's do this one.
All right. Your word, Gentry, is rejuvenate. Impart renewed vitality to, reinvigorate.
Okay. Rejuvenate. R E J U V E N A T E.
Correct.
What the heck?
word is congressional. Of or relating to the supreme legislative body of a nation and especially of a republic.
Congressional. CONGRESSION.
Incorrect. Right?
Correct. That is incorrect. Entry.
I have to spell that?
Yes, congressional. Of or relating to the supreme legislative body of a nation and especially of a republic.
CONGRESSIONAM.
Correct.
Sorry.
Congratulations.
Yay!
All right, so
Good dance.
Not bad.
good try, wasn't it? Yeah.
Okay, in just a moment, we'll proceed with the award ceremony. We need all 22 spellers to return to the media center along with Mr. Thomas for the awards presentation. Again, all 22 finalists, please return now to the media center along with Mr. Thomas for the awards presentation. Somebody look at the back door. I think somebody's knocking.
You might give the awards?
Sure.
That's right.
We wait for the kids to come back.
No, I said that too. I didn't go. Log out my right. No, I did not. Yes, he was.
A bunch of,
I thought you said.
Oh, I have them. I have them.
oh, you have,
Up here.
okay, everybody have a seat.
Try to take your spot again.
Good job. I don't want to. No.
I think half the people, not half, but like, young people left. Jared left, Layden,
Why don't you learn this?
Dayton left.
No, we don't have everybody. So.
Or so. One or the other.
Yeah.
I exactly got
Okay, it's time for our award ceremony. Congratulations to everybody. You just did an awesome job. We're just so happy that you made it to the championship round, and congratulations on making it that far. Again, nobody goes home a loser. We have prizes for everybody, certificates, some food awards for our non-champion and second and third place finisher. So we're going to turn things over to Mr. Thomas. Again, he'll present you with a certificate, and then they'll get one or the other of these items. Okay, so you can, okay, now give me a little direction on that. Sure. Yeah. Okay. So we each will save for later, this stuff for later. So we can call this person up, and then they can choose one or the other. Yeah. Okay. Very good. Okay, we'll start the award ceremony.
When you come up, you can get your certificate, and then you can choose between McDonald's and Subway. So just make sure you do that when you come up. Our first participant, congratulations on advancing to the final round with every one of you. Alex McCrone. Okay. Alex is not here. Moving on. Jackson Forrest.
Yay, Jackson! Woo!
And then you choose McDonald's or Subway. Quickly. All right. There you go. Very good. Good job. Go back. You want to stay up? Or go back? You go back and have a seat. I'm sure we'll do a group picture a little bit.
Yeah.
Caleb Holycross.
Yay, Caleb!
Thank you.
Sage Leger.
Sage.
Gentry Howard. Had some tough words today. Unfortunately, you don't get a gift card, you're getting something bigger. Tanner Steele. Missing in action.
Hello, happy dance.
Aaron Marquette.
Yes, sir.
One of these. They get fries along with it.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Those of you that haven't received your fries, you can get them. Hayden Stahl. Hayden Stahl.
He wasn't even here.
Ooh. The tense, probably the stress of the whole thing.
Absolutely.
He decided to stay home. Leighton Starr.
He went had a lead.
Should I wait for the bell or keep going? Caden Mingy. Grace Spice.
Hey, Grace!
Journey Clark.
Hey, Journey!
Journey on trips. Christopher Clippinger.
Hey, Christopher!
Dayton Grant. Cameron Stanley.
Cameron! Woo!
Jordan Hogan.
Hey, Jordan! Come on, Jordan.
He's had the best handshake yet. Kobe Rechtenwald.
Hey, Kobe! Yay! Woo!
So sad that this is the only achievement I have.
It's early. Gavin Toth.
Hey, Gavin! Woo, Gavin!
I don't even deserve one.
I'm sure you can make it this far.
I wish I didn't.
You guys.
Here.
Get Subway.
Fries.
We got McDonald's or Subway. Is it good?
You got
I
one
get,
more?
I get
Kobe didn't get it, yeah.
Well, we didn't get his fries. We'll settle up later. Keegan Alexander.
Thank you.
Silas Shirley.
Yes.
Congrats, congrats.
Our champion, as a matter of fact.
Pressure's on next year, yes.
Right.
Julia Cooprider. Skyly Metter.
Yes, Kylie.
So you need two Subway or McDonald's.
And fries.
You
Take
get
one of
fries
these.
and a good
There you go.
Yeah, we got all kinds of stuff here today. Is that it, Mr. Chief?
That's all she wrote.
Awesome.
Congratulations. Okay. Now we're moving on to 3 places. Is that correct?
Yeah, hold on,
Podium.
hold on. Straight. Third place. Second place. Give me those other gift cards.
Second runner up. First, okay, got it. Now the presentation of the top 3 places in the spelling bee this year for 2022. Third place winner, or she wasn't the winner, she got third place. Gentry Howard will be receiving, I believe, it's like cash award,
Sounds like
along with a free sandwich of her choice, and this one.
And a medal.
1 free cheeseburger, and she will also receive her second runner-up medal today. You want to put it on?
Yes.
Here you go.
Yay, Country!
Hard fought battle.
Down one.
Congratulations. All right.
Yeah. I think we get cheeseburgers.
Second place this year will receive a cash award, $50 cash award, a free breakfast, lunch, or dinner at McDonald's, along with a nice medal and a certificate. Mr. Christopher Clippinger.
Nice.
There you go. Make sure it hangs nice. Wear that all day with pride. Here we go. Good job. First time we were okay. And the 2022 champion for the spelling bee is a first time ever. We had a freshman that has won the championship, so he's got a chance at winning in 3 more years.
Yeah.
Our winner who will receive $100 cash, along with a free sandwich of his choice at McDonald's, and a certificate, and of course a medal. The spelling bee champion for 2022 is Mr. Silas Shirley.
Yes.
Very good.
Thank you.
Congratulations to all the participants. Once again, a very successful spelling bee, and have a good rest of your day.
Hey guys, don't leave. You'd like to.
Gonna come out here.